Aether is the creative consciousness, a force which generates life. This energetic force can be exchanged into a form of alchemy by propagating light and other longitudinal and transverse electromagnetic waves across the universe. It is the fabric of our universe, consisting of tiny granules that transfer energy into the form of waves. Its structure and properties were worked out in the section of space-time. It has density properties in equations. Without Aether, or without the density property, none of the calculations performed in this theory would be possible. Dayton Miller was born in Strongfield, Hawaii within the United States. His field of studies consisted in many different fields, such as being a physicist and an astronomer. Around the 1900s, Miller began a project of trying to detect Aether drift. He worked alongside Edward Morley. Aether was tested on several theories, recording the speed of light and gravity. Dayton Miller's experimentation on Aether proved unsuccessful. Since then, certain physics experiments have pointed out that there is Aether. But why has it been scrubbed out of the textbooks? Dayton Miller's experiment involved two light beams and bounced it into 4 directions. He was thinking that the conclusion would be that all the lights would eventually form into one direction. They failed to detect it because they wanted it to be a measurable result in such a way which was known, so it was debunked as non-existent. Gravity and the speed of light experiments was tested to see if Aether existed. Albert Michelson and Edward Morley conducted an experiment. It was unsuccessful, being documented in many physics books as a negative result. In 1933, Dayton Miller revisited unjust claims and went into great detail, for he documented in the Book of Reviews on Modern Physics. From over 20 years of experimental research into the question of Aether drift remains the most defiant body of work on the subject of light beam interferometry. He produced undeniable proof of the existence of Aether. Yet again, modern-day scientists have subbed the idea of Aether energy. With the technology at hand in today's age, we should look upon revisiting such claims of Aether. They could produce new experimentations, just like Nikola Tesla quoted, "The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all previous centuries of its existence." The famous scholar known as Plato had agreed that Aether did exist. He spoke on the topic of Aether. He said, and I quote, "The topic of air is the most translucent kind, which is known as Aether." Nikola Tesla and Dayton Miller came to the same conclusion and professed that it is Aether that created the universe. They also stated it could be God who created Aether, which then expanded the universe. Tesla quoted, "Aether is the medium for every electromagnetic wave, from radio waves to gamma rays." Nikola Tesla believed that Aether energy exists, for he documented it continuously throughout his work, for he quoted, "Only the existence of a field of force can account for the motions of bodies as absurd, and its assumption dispenses with space curvature. All literature on this subject is futile and destined to oblivion. So are all attempts to explain the workings of the universe without recognizing the existence of Aether and the indispensable function it plays in the phenomena. My second discovery was physical truth of this greatest importance, as I have searched the entire scientific records in more than half a dozen languages for a long time without finding the least anticipation. Consider myself the original discoverer of this truth. which can be expressed by this statement: there is no energy in the matter often than the received from the environment. Cosmic elemental and the spiritual forces are in existence due to the Aether energy, earth, fire, water, air and spirit. These elements contribute to a force known as Aether. From radio waves to gamma waves, this force is an aspect which has formed the universe. The human perception of our five senses cannot comprehend the vastness of the unseen. The air we breathe in and out gives us life. The cosmic design of geometry in motion, from 3D to 5D, creating a material plane to the unseen plane. Everything is connected, everything is vibration and energy. The human body is an amazing design. Aether is a great benefit for all of mankind. The benefits of being silent and still while connecting with Aether can bring greater connection to your surroundings. The transmission of rays run through everything, such as light, heat, electricity, wind and rain, which is vital for our existence. The energy Aether produces and supplies the cosmic force of oneness, as everything is connected. The Torsion field is known as Aether. It has a spinning or rotating effect. When atoms combine into molecules, the smaller Torsion field forms a larger Torsion field, and this can be seen through a microscope. This combination of self-spinning and rotation can create a dynamic Torsion field. This can progranate and produce a wave in time. Our bodies contain water. Water can store a Torsion field structure, having the ability to download a message within the stream of life. This is our blood. The healing abilities that humanity can produce is quite exceptional. If we learn how to download and produce the correct formula into drinking water, the purification of frequency and energy can also flow throughout our entire system, transferring our consciousness by receiving energy, vibrations and signals of the Torsion field. The power of thought is electrical input within ourselves. We express energy in many different concepts. Words are the most common identification on how we assess ourselves and our environment. The power of words turn into feelings, then feelings turn into expressions. Little do you know the abilities you actually have, for in truth, you are a walking alchemist. What you feed your body, as in food and thoughts, will grow. This connects to the quantum field around us. Kabbalion states in many references throughout the texts that all energy moves, vibrates and spirals. The difference between different manifestations of matter, energy, mind and spirit are the results of different degrees of vibration. The great physical plane, earth, the great mental plane, air, fire, water, earth, the great spiritual plane, Aether,